Would you look at that, Mortal Kombat 1 isn't dead, can we believe it? The team tweeted that they look forward to players showcasing their skills at EVO this year, but the important part, soon after, they will be releasing exciting changes for Mortal Kombat 1. They finished by saying, as always, we'd love to hear feedback from the community on potential changes and to stay tuned for more. This is huge because we did know a patch was likely coming at some point because Ed tweeted so recently, give me 4 characters that need buffs. Now let's look at what other players believe should be changed in the game. We have Tragic saying Smoke, Kenshi, and Liu Kang could really use some love, not too many of them in competitive scene. I guess, but also there aren't a ton of characters getting play in competitive anyways. Like, we just had a tournament last weekend that gave people points for Final Combat, and look at the pick rate for characters. So many characters that people would consider great or broken, I mean Scorpion's in there, got 0 play by any professional player in tournament. So there are a lot of characters that fall under that category. It doesn't necessarily mean they are bad characters, you know what I mean? But overall, I do think Liu Kang could use something that makes him more exciting to play. I think Smoke could get an armor change that would make him a lot better on defense, and Kenshi, truthfully, he's too good in the blind picks rank system, and he's not fun to play against or fun to use when the opponent can counter pick you. Buff Raiden, please. He needs meterless damage, a damage buff. He hits for 1 bar, 29% off 1-2, and without bar, he hits for 11 to 19%. Yeah, it's pretty rough for Raiden. He went from the best character in the game to a character that feels so much like Season 0 of MK1, which means he's kind of outdated in the current meta. And then making his mid 15 frames and mid is actually a good idea, because I have always thought this, that his 18 frame mid is exceptionally slow, and its second hit being high makes it really counterable. And yeah, the projectile buff, I'm indifferent if it changes, but it was kind of a useless move at the end of the day, truthfully. You can't get it off at high level. Like, there's so many counters to it, so it's fun for casual play, but not good at all. Liu buffs, he's on the cover, please. Yeah, I think Liu just needs to be made more fun to play, because he's not bad, he's just kind of boring. No bonus health for Tremor. Yeah, that's an obvious one. I mean, Tremor is kind of ruining the meta at the moment. It's like they overcooked. They wanted to make every cameo fun, but now Tremor is just so unbelievably good. They just went too far. They need to tone Tremor back. That way we have a ton of cameo variety again. Remove the overhead in the T1000 string. Agreed. It's the best string in the game. Slower startup for Havoc's meter burn low, and adjust hit region per back 2. I don't know if I would slow the startup for his low because it's punishable, but at the end of the day, it's up to other people. And minus 100 health from Movado, I don't agree with that. I think he should just get a longer cooldown personally. I mean, some of these people have probably said they hate buffing and nerfing via health values, and I'm not saying Tento has, but a lot of people say that, and then we'll throw that solution out there later on because it's just easy to do. Nerf Tremor, T1000, Havoc, and Homelander, I think everyone would be happy. Yeah, those are kind of the main culprits right now. It's just, they need to have the really cheap stuff nerf that makes half the cast just not worth playing because they do everything better than those characters. I don't want them actually nerfed to the ground, if that makes sense. Can you buff Rain's movement, please? Actually, not a bad call. I kind of vibe with that. Please buff Takeda's defensive options. Yeah, people always talk about Smoke having bad armor, but I do think Takeda actually has some of the worst defense in the game. The thing is, his normal strings just go so far, he can counter so many characters in the game. Please allow Raiden to special cancel back too. You know what? That's actually a good idea. I haven't thought about that. Make everyone have the same amount of health also. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think health value nerfs are that great for the game. There should be real competent frame data and ability nerfs, or buffs, of course, like buffs as well. Melina low starter, 6 frame mid, and plus on block ball roll. You know what? Get this guy in the developer room. I'm for it. Let's go, Josh. You're hired if it's my company. Having stage fatalities would have been nice. Hard to believe we never got any for MK1. Yeah, there's a lot of things in MK1 that I think were going to be happening in year 3, but of course WB pulled the plug on the project in general. And I do think we were going to get some cool features for KP3, and instead they want to put those in the next NRS title so that it automatically looks 10 times more complete than MK1 did, even in its final state. It's kind of free hype that you can generate by doing that, even though it's really scummy to the MK1 consumer who purchased all of it. I speak for everyone. I say T1000 is a fair and exciting character that should get a plus 100 HP. Oh my. Dude. Nerf Homelander, T1000, and Havoc. Literally unplayable. Tremor needs to go already and make Sub-Zero's Ice Ball usable, please, and thank you. Those are really good ideas. I mean, I don't want T1000, Homelander, and Havoc destroyed. And you're forgetting Cyrax here because I think Cyrax is better than Havoc in my personal opinion. But yeah, it's annoying to fight those guys every single match because Havoc is inherently easier to play than Cyrax. Omni buffs, yeah, people have been asking for those. If they do all those Sonic Fox changes we saw a long time ago, Omni's top 1, and I think he becomes one of the most annoying characters to fight in the game. So asking you shall receive. I'm gonna be laughing at everyone saying I told you so. Please revert Chameleon health nerf and give Sub his old 12 frame mid back and faster ice ball. I do agree with the Chameleon health nerf. She was strong at the time, but now she isn't even a top 5 cameo in a lot of cases. And then Sub is 12 frame mid. I guess I can get behind it. It would be really strong. I just don't think they would ever do it because he would become one of the best characters to just pummel and stomp noobs. Like, he already has the mix, which yes, at high level is reactable, but you got to think for the new player, he gets overhead and low starters, a dive kick which combos, he gets the clone which casuals don't know how to deal with, and then you give him one of the best mids in the entire game, making it 12 frames when it goes that far. I don't know. Like, I just don't think they would do it, even though I think it would be fine for high level play. Nerf T1000, Cyrax, Homelander, Havoc, and Sector. You know, that's kind of what I would say. I'd maybe leave out Sector and replace it with a couple other characters, even though I don't even really want that many nerfs. I prefer buffs, but I know nerfs are easier. Cyrax bombs going away on hit is actually something I can get behind solely because every other character in the game plays by the rule that if they get hit, like Sector is a great example. She's in this tweet, and Cyrax bombs do not go away on hit, but Sector setup missiles and stuff do when bombs are undoubtedly a better attack. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Cyrax plays by her own rules, and so I'm kind of behind it. Or buff every other character to make their setup plays stay on hit. Please give Takeda a quicker startup on back 3 and back 2 too. It's another one that I don't know if they'll do because that would destroy the casual players, but it would be fine for high level, so that'd be cool. Please give Scorpion an overhead. Yeah, Scorpion's big thing is he's kind of boring to play because the way you beat him is just be patient. I'm talking at the highest level of play. Of course, back 3 into Pharah in the middle ranks and casual ranks is so good. It makes him top 5 in the game, but there's a reason you don't see much Scorpion Pharah, as I just showed you in tournament. It's because good players are just not getting stuck into the block animation into mix. So giving him a first hit overhead would actually make it so you could nerf Pharah if you wanted to, and then Scorpion players could use all these fun cameos like Janet, because you actually have some mix to open the opponent up. Diabolical dash nerf on Homelander. I've been asking for that for a year, my brother. It's not happening. They refuse to do it. Nerf everyone making Shang top 1 easy. Yeah, Shang's kind of the MK11 Shao of this game, where you have like a boss evil character that just ends up sucking for online or competitive play. Like, Shao is the worst character in MK11, and there's arguments to be had that Shang has been the worst character in MK1 at points. It's just not enough people wanted to play him that anybody ever listed him as bottom 1. They're giving Quan Chi hair? Dang, you know what? These are the changes I'm actually here for. Full screen Psy from Melina, please. I know that other guy above was trolling. This is actually a good change. It's outdated that Melina doesn't have a singular full screen projectile. And I'm saying the low size should stay the same, where you have to meter burn for full screen, but it doesn't make a lot of sense that meterless high Melina side doesn't go full screen at this point. If Cyrax gets nerfed, I'm uninstalling the game, lol. Look at the replies. I don't even know. I don't even need to go into those replies to know this man is getting cooked for that opinion. Cyrax is one of the least fun characters in the entire game to go against when the Cyrax player knows what they're doing. Like, you just get stuck. Yes, it is a knowledge check for situations, but also it's a thing you need to kind of counterpick like you did with Kenshi, and you can't do that in ranked, which makes the character god-awful to play against. Please buff Kameo Scorpion. Yes, based. He needs that damage buff to only be a half bar, but last half as long, and then he can choose to take the full bar for it for double the length. Reduce Tanya's recovery frames on stand 3 as 43 frames is way too much. Give Tanya a new string or special move, thanks. Yeah, Tanya though, she's kind of like Takeda. I think they learned their lesson, and that's why we'll never see true Takeda buffs. The way Tanya and Takeda are designed, that is if you make them good, they become all-powerful good against any average skill player, making them really unfun to fight against because their normals go so far. So while I agree with this opinion, I don't think it'll ever happen, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's about it in terms of what I'm seeing. A lot of people, saying nerf Cyrax, buff T1K is crazy, but a lot of nerf the same characters over and over again. People know how kind of annoying the meta is. But yeah, it's just exciting. We know we are getting a patch, in fact. So that'll be hype. I'll cover it when it comes out. See you guys next time.